Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you now Game 3 in this best of 3 series between Sage and So. You can see So spawning as the blue Zerg on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sage is spawning as the red Protoss on the top left. Protoss versus Zerg once more. Once again, I would be extremely surprised if either of these players change their races as we move into game number 3. So far, Sage has opened up in game 1 and 2 with a Mothership Core expansion followed up with a triple gateway pressure. So, however, seemed to be able to deal with it extremely well on Whirlwind, setting up his third base and really just catching a lot of those Zealot sentry forces as they were walking out in midfield. Once Sage couldn't get enough traction with his army at all, things just generally went from bad to worse. We'll see how things get going here as we are in game 3 now. And it is just up to both of these players to figure out what strategy they want to employ. You can see So is going for an extractor down here on the bottom left, and it looks like he may be doing the extractor trick. Yes, he is. There you go, only losing 6 minerals there, but he is going to just be trying to harvest more and more resources continually. Meanwhile, let's take a look back on the top left-hand side. There is that gateway. We may even see a pylon and a cybernetics core in those locations to try and make sure that Zerglings cannot run around the backside and harass all of these probes. With that said, though, Sage is looking extremely strong, sitting at a 16/18 supply advantage. Meanwhile, we are going into a much earlier Zergling spawning pool. I did not catch that earlier. I believe it was a 7 pool or a 7 or 10 pool, followed off with the double extractor trick to go into 12. So there are a lot of Zerglings already making their way out onto the field. However, Sage did build everything rather close to home, and he should be in a very good situation. The Zerglings do take some time to get over there, and by the time the 5 Zerglings head up that ramp, that cybernetics core should be done, if not nearly done, and then Sage should be saving some chrono boost for that Mothership Core, which should be coming around the corner in just a second. There you have it. The worker count is sitting at 19 versus 13. One Zealot already in the field here. Second Zealot now looking to make its way in. There's a Zealot ready to engage as the Zerglings are now looking to back away. Mothership Core already coming in, and this is going to be a very sad day for So. This very aggressive and early position, all it really gathered him so far was 1 probe, 2 probes now, as it looks like the rest of these Zerglings may get taken down. Nope, it looks like they will be able to make it back out as this 1 probe makes its way back in as well. Harvester count is 18 to 15. That is a 3 worker difference, which is the 6 Zerglings that you saw earlier. So Sage playing it very safe, able to find out what his opponent was doing, and then just reacted accordingly. He did not go for an extremely fast or chrono boost out too many Zealots. He was smart enough to get the Mothership Core, and now he should have a very strong defense. Coming back around, Sage will be forced to place down a pylon here, and then perhaps we will see that 3 gateway strategy that we saw in game 1. So has a lot of ground to make up, though. His worker count should be just even. Now, no, catapulting ahead at 27. Wow. 27 workers compared to 22, and So can still get another round of drones off here in just a moment, and this is going to just be another hop, skip, and a jump forward as the Overlord will pop out, and then a large number of drones could be trained up if there was enough minerals. So let's take a look at that. Another 7 drones are being trained, 8 drones being trained, and So looking very confident in sitting on these 2 bases. Harvester count will be 40 to 24 or 25, maybe 26 here, but So does need a couple of spine crawlers to protect his front door. There is a Mothership Core, there's a Stalker. The Overlord could get taken down. Proxy pylon in the middle of the map right here will reinforce down onto the low ground as the Queen now coming in to get in some shots. That's going to see what's going to happen here. The Overlord down to 36 hit points. It looks like it could get sniped down. There it goes. And the Stalker does get his man, so to speak. Losses slightly higher for So far. as we are now looking into what will be happening next. Gateway is now upgrading into warp gates. Harvester count 35 compared to 28. More workers no longer being trained. Instead, it is going to be units to help deal with this next attack. There you have it. Zealots already making their way out. The Zerglings doing a quick roundabout run. Sees that there is the proxy pylon here. Decides not to engage against it, as a lone Zealot and Sentry is left to guard against all of these units. Alright, the Zealot looking very, very strong here. You can see that the Sentry is able to do a little bit of pushback. No expansion at the 3 o'clock location, as more units could be making their way back down. Alright, Sage should be warping these units down onto the low ground. No, going to be warping them up onto the high ground instead, as there is one lone Zealot in that corner to make sure that the Zerglings are unable to surround this pylon. Alright, there you go. There it is again, beautifully done, as the Zerglings are just engaging and attacking the wrong location. This is looking very strong here. The Zerglings have to be very careful, and what is this? Zerglings don't want to engage. So, with only a 2 supply advantage, but all of these Zerglings, will they be able to fight back this large wave of units? It does not look like it. And here we have Zerglings still swarming in. Zealots, Void Ray is now being added as well. The Zerglings will finally be forced to pull back here. So is establishing his expansion at the 3. As we now look at what Sage is going to try and do. If Sage's MO is the same as it was in Game 1, he's going to allow this hatchery to finish and then really lay down the pressure in order to get it to be destroyed. At that time, he should also try to expand himself. As you can see that the Zealots and the Stalkers are all engaging here. There's a beautiful surround with those Zerglings. No sentries at all. And we can see that the Mothership Core has plenty for a recall, but we are not seeing that come into play either. Let's take a look at the losses. Zerglings have lost a bit more. Zealots now reinforcing a beautiful time warp, causing all of those queens to just get caught out of position. The Zerglings are now trying to make their way forward, as the Zealots may get a surround here. Alright, I believe a Void Ray could be underway. On its way, there it is, a Void Ray with prismatic alignment, and this hatchery will fall before it gets up and running again. The Zealot's gonna try and attack back. Is the Void Ray gonna try and finish off the rest? No, there's just gonna see a prismatic alignment, and this one hatchery should get taken down. Meanwhile, Zerglings picking off Zealots as they're making their way over. We are sitting on a 1,500 resource difference, but Zerglings will be able to make it run inside here, and there you go. Zerglings have made inside their base. What's going to be happening? Perhaps surrounding a sentry. The sentry looks like it will get taken down, as a new sentry and Zealot not trying to make their way in. Alright, we're going to have a small engagement in the Protoss base. Meanwhile, a large engagement at the Zerg base here, as it is base after base. Zerglings, Zealots. Alright, this is looking very bad. The Zerglings are going to be forced to pull from the mineral line. The Zerglings are now pulling back here. Nothing going on inside the main base at all, as we now see a Void Ray and a Zealot trying to push their way through. Sage has a 25 supply advantage about, and that looks like it should be enough here, as the Harvester count 50 to 30, losing that many drones early on. And now Sage, all he needs to do is just keep even on the pressure. What is going on here? The Mothership Core still fighting back here, as there is now one lone Void Ray. This Oracle also coming in with 14 kills, getting in tons of damage, and now backing off. Total workers is now up to 28, or down to 28, so to speak, as the Void Ray is still going after Worker and Worker. So far, it doesn't look like any more queens, or a queen is being trained over. You can see that the queen is now trying to dart down this one Void Ray. Void Ray already down to 37 hit points, or shield points, and now just going to make his way over to the 3 o'clock position. However, Sage's third base is not nearly as well protected as it was in Game 1. This group of Zerglings may be able to take it down. Are we going to see a cancellation? No, we don't. And Sage loses 400 resources quick. Alright, what are we looking at now? About a 2,000 resource difference. The Zerglings finishing off a number of units there. The Zerglings now trying to make their way up. Gonna get a surround onto the sentries. The Zealots are stuck. Wow, what a huge loss there, as the Zerglings now making their way inside the main. Are there Zealots there still? No, there are not. More probes are falling. So and Sage. This is an absolute bloodbath here, as the Sentry gonna get surrounded. Zealot does not have any upgrades. Meanwhile, the Zerglings do have 1-1, giving them a huge advantage over these Zealots. Alright, in comes some more units. Another Sentry may get taken down before it can even do anything. It looks like it will get some shots off, gets 2 quick kills, as we're now looking at the Phoenixes attacking over here. This is perhaps the smallest army base trade I've ever seen. Phoenixes pressuring the Overlords, taking down supply. Handful of Zerglings making their way into the third, into the main, into the natural consistently to deal a lot of damage. There goes another Nexus, as we are still sitting at 2 bases to 2 at the 14-minute mark. Battling it out still. Zerglings looking to perhaps try to finish off the sentries. Sentries are low on energy. Back over here, are they going to be able to make it inside the base and make a play? Perhaps so. The Zerglings do have one upgrade still. No additional upgrades coming in, as the Void Ray comes in with their prismatic alignment for an amazing, I believe, 30 damage a second. Prismatic alignment currently on cooldown. There is a squadron of Phoenixes in the air, though, to try and shoot down all of these Overlords, as there are now a whole bunch of Zerglings preventing mining at the main base. All right, a lot of mining time lost there. Nexus still trying to be rebuilt. For some reason, the rock tower has yet to be knocked down in order to protect this third base. Phoenix is now picking up Zerglings one at a time. Not a great use of Graviton boost, but still absolutely necessary, as the Zerglings are now trying to finish off the rest of the Zealots here. Sage, for some reason, doesn't like upgrades at all. As you can see, 0-0 compared to 1-1. We are now going into some Spore Crawlers, but So is still in a little bit of trouble. 52 probes versus 37 drones, as the Phoenixes are now making their way out across the map again. All right, this could be another dead, a dead Overlord and perhaps some dead Queens. There goes one Overlord. It looks as though a second Overlord will get taken down. Yes, supply blocking his opponent, taking down some drones. Here, I supply blocked you, I'll kill a drone. You are no longer supply blocked. All right. Insult to injury there, as the Zerglings now being forced to come back around. The destructible rocks have finally been destroyed. Phoenixes looking to see if a third base has been taken. No third base whatsoever, and I believe this may be the beginning of the end, as Sage's advantage looks like it will just continue to grow. However, Corruptors are now coming in. We can see a couple of transfusions come in as well. And So is now starting to bunker down and play some defense. Zerglings, Zealots, battling it out still. A handful of Zerglings get caught on the wrong side of the force field. They're going to get taken down, as the Phoenixes now once again go to reinforce. 50 supply advantage. Third base finally coming in from Sage. These rocks have yet to be destroyed, and you can see that the Zerglings are coming in to try and take down these rocks as well. Phoenixes, however, going to spot this, as the Corruptors do arrive to the party. Corruptors do, in fact, defeat Phoenixes, I believe, because of their base 2 armor. I believe it's base 2, or is it base 1? I believe it's base 2. And now we can see that an Overseer going to get canceled there. Void Ray going to use that prismatic alignment, shoot it down. And not much going on there. Corruptors still looking for some easy targets. There's some more Phoenixes, and it looks as though the Void Rays corrupting those, or Corruptors corrupting the Void Rays to shoot down the Void Rays. And now the Corruptors, wow, low on hit point. One of them very low on hit points, somehow still surviving. 3 hit points. So yeah, that armor really helping out there, as the hallucinated Phoenixes still running around. All right, let's take a look. Overseer going to get shot down there. Phoenixes are really not doing any damage, as the Void Rays and Phoenixes are doing a little bit of a chase. The Phoenixes do have a decent range. I do not see any upgrade at all from the Fleet Beacon. No, what is this? The Fleet Beacon is upgrading the Anion Pulse crystals that gives Phoenixes an additional +2 range, which I believe is a range of 7. I do believe Corruptors have a range of 6. And with that, the Phoenixes may be able to dance around those Corruptors and take them down, making them the true air superiority unit. We are going into additional weapons upgrades as well. That second Stargate will help with that Air Force. 144 to 91. Harvester count now sitting at 50 compared to 72, but it is 3 bases to 3, giving him a little bit of hope. All right, drones may get picked off here. I don't see any Spore Crawlers. One Corruptor pretty much getting destroyed in a matter of instance. No, getting a transfusion there. You can see that the Corruptor is trying to fight back. Is it going to get transfused? No, it does not. Get shot down in mid-flight. Void Rays Overlord surviving with 9 hit points again, as the Phoenixes are just preventing so many map control problems. And what is this? Why do we see a Mutalisk? Mutalisk is going to have a very bad day now that the Phoenixes have that Anion Pulse Crystal with that additional +2 range for a range of 7. If you don't think that's far, it is the same range as a Photon Cannon. That is extremely far and really gives the Viking that air superiority that it deserves. Or sorry, the Phoenix, the air superiority it deserves. Phoenixes can 1v1 a Viking and win, and now with Micro should be able to 1v1 a Corruptor and win, as well as the Corruptors. Oh, nope, still able to catch up a bit. So far, let's take a look at this. The Zealot's now looking to doing a bit of a charge. You can see that the Mothership Core is there. It does have maximum energy. Front door may get pressured here. You can see that there's only one lone Zealot, and the Zealot isn't even that upgraded, as we're now looking at the next battle. Void Rays, Prismatic Alignment, Hydralisk coming in. Hydralisk extremely effective here against all the Void Rays, but that is a lot of Void Rays to deal with and a lot of Guardian Shield for extra armor. The Hydralisk, 1-2 upgrades, not that much here, and Sage may just be able to attack move with this massive army. Meanwhile, at the front door, though, Zealots unable to really defend against this location. The Pylon may get taken down. No, it doesn't, as we're still looking at a crazy engagement here. Archon now pushing its way in. Hydralisk going to have a very bad day, and there is the GG. So losing to Sage in Game 3. Just a beautiful, beautiful game. So hoping that he could perhaps defend against it. This type of early pressure, but lost that hatchery too much. The Oracle got 14 kills, and things just went from bad to worse. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3 in this best of 3. Roots Sage taking it.